the CADRRE approach to literacy and communication. We all like to read, write. We read a lot of books. We understand what is written in the books. We discuss about what is written, and we get a lot of literacy experiences. All these come under the broad term literacy. Literacy can be emergent literacy and conventional literacy. If you ask me, when does the literacy skills begin? It begins right from birth and continues throughout. And emergent literacy, during emergent literacy period, the child learns alphabets, alphabets and sounds, and they learn to name objects rapidly, and they also learn writing. For beginning literacy training or to give literacy experiences to a child, we need not bother about their motor skills or their language or comprehension, cognitive skills, anything. So, we know for individuals with ASD, they have difficulty in thinking from others' perspective. They have difficulty with generalizing, thinking in a big picture about concepts. They have difficulty with their joint attention and other socialization skills, impaired language and communication. All these impact on the literacy development of those children. We should make adequate assessment using standardized tools for literacy also, along with the language and other areas being assessed, so that we can start the intervention for literacy along with the other therapeutic intervention, which would be better. And the CADRRE approach to literacy and communication. At CADRRE, as we've seen in the earlier presentations, it is an interdisciplinary model. And for literacy also, we do an interdisciplinary intervention where the occupational therapist sees to the eye-hand coordination, fine motor skills, the posture, and so on for the writing. And speech-language pathologist and the special educator join hands for the reading and writing activities. And the psychologist sees to the behavioral aspects associated with literacy activities. And for reading, the approaches that we use are phonological awareness, guided reading, and interactive storytelling. We follow both the ways because we are not sure about how a particular autistic child is learning to read and write. We follow top-down and bottom-up approaches. And for writing, we give scribbling and tracing to develop the writing skills, to know that they have to sit on a chair and write in a paper, and those skills has to develop. Free writing, because some of the children have innate abilities to draw patterns and pictures, etc. So to develop that, we give free writing. Also, we give prompted and guided writing to improve the existing writing abilities. And for communication, we incorporate communication into all these sessions. It can be traditional approaches or AAC through low-tech or high-tech, and also aided language stimulation. Now, I'm not going into detail of the interdisciplinary team at CADRRE because it was covered by my colleagues yesterday. Now, on the schedule, we give 30-minute session for literacy every day, 30 minutes for language and 30 minutes for communication, that's for PECS training, etc. And this schedule is continued for 3 days a week for the preschool kids. Now, we wanted to study the effect of the literacy activities that we give for the preschool children, that is the classroom-based intervention on the literacy and communication of autistic kids. And so we selected 7 of our kids from the preschool who were of the age range 2 years 10 months to 4 years. And they were all diagnosed to be within the spectrum using the scores of CARS and ISA. And the checklist that was used was a checklist for assessing early literacy development by CADRRE. The areas focused were the attitude towards reading and voluntary reading, concept about books, comprehension of text, concept about print, writing development, and mechanics of writing. Now we'll just see a video wherein communication and literacy aspects are incorporated into one particular session. story, Counting Cats by Jane Farrell is just written to the read to the kids.
5 cats. Yay! That was a good job. That was a good job. Bubbles! You get bubbles for that. Yay! It was sun. Good job.
So what we could find was a attitude towards reading. That is, they all understood that we have to, we can take books. Some of the children developed self-selected reading. We can take books from the library. Books are for reading. All these aspects improved. And the concept about book, they knew the front and back of book. Before they used to play repetitively with the books, but that reduced, and they started turning the books and looking at the pages, holding the book properly. Then, since they all had a delay in language, the comprehension of text was very poor in few of the kids, and they are yet to show progress. And a few of them who had a better language has shown an increase. Now, concept about print also improved in most of the kids. They knew what is the difference between a print and a picture is, and also print and a picture is. And in mechanics of writing, we couldn't make any further progress. There was improvement seen in sitting tolerance, joint attention, eye contact, turn-taking, verbal and non-verbal skills, and reduced response demands for children. And also their identification of alphabets improved. Parents also report of improvement. And to conclude, structured group-based intervention enhances overall literacy skills in children. An alternate mode of communication incorporating it into group situation also gives them an acceptable form of communication.
So in Anuja's slide, she mentioned that communication and literacy intervention are vital for a child with autism at a younger age. And also when a child does not develop a functional communication skills during a conventional speech and language therapy, you need to start using an alternate mode of communication. And also, alternate mode of communication has to be chosen by looking into the child's preference. So research says that 25% of children with autism spectrum disorder do not develop functional speech. I would like to talk about a case study wherein he was not exposed to an alternate mode of communication at a very younger age, but later in his older age, he acquired it and how successfully he is using it. So the aim of the study is to examine the effect of picture exchange communication system to improve functional and social communication skills. The case was a boy of 10 years, and he was diagnosed with ASD using CADRRE in England. And parents reported that he was diagnosed as ASD at the age of 2.5 years. He had been attending conventional speech and language therapy and occupational therapy for past all these years, and he communicates by leading the parent's hand, pushing away the non-preferred object. And they also reported that they have tried using a high-tech AAC device at the age of 3, but however, the child was showing less motivation and they discontinued it. Problem behaviors occurred when he was unable to obtain a desired item or when a non-preferred tasks were presented. So the pre-assessment test was done on 29/3/2018 using communication metrics and social responsiveness scale. And in communication metrics, he was at level 4, that is conventional communication. And in social responsiveness scale, it exhibited severe deficiency in social behaviors. So the recommendations made were school placement, communication and pragmatic intervention, behavioral and life skill intervention. And communication intervention at CADRRE started at 15/6/2018, and the alternate mode of communication that we chose for the child was PECS, an evidence-based practice. And the reason why we chose it, because he was good in visual sequencing, visual memory tasks, though these were not the eligibility criteria for taking into PECS, and also his less motivation to use a high-tech device. So the method followed a single subject criterion wherein the child was taught every phase of PECS. The mastery criteria was he had to be consistently 90% accurate in every phase to move on to the next phase. And communication opportunity was given throughout a day from 9:30 to 3 p.m. when he was at the school. And the use of PECS was monitored using implementation checklists for PECS given by Collett and Klinberg in 2008. So this was a timeline of intervention from June 2018 to 2019. And during this time, he had acquired phase 1 to 4. And in addition to PECS, we had started using a visual schedule, individual task schedule, and in literacy session, in all his sessions, we incorporated symbols and picture communication in the classroom. Yes, we did face challenges in the classroom intervention. The few challenges were communication opportunities in structured and unstructured setting. Definitely, he's not going to be there in the classroom all the time. He needs to move out to the snack area, lunch area, play area. So what we did was the immediate communication needs were facilitating using a visual keychain present around the communication partner's neck. And he had difficulty in comprehending auditory instruction. So visual schedules and supports were used in any area the child might go. And yes, there were so many communication partners for him to communicate, including the teachers, therapists, and support staff. So all of them were taught the basic PECS and how it has to be done with the child. So this is a short video. I do not have all the faces, a short video wherein the child does PECS.
My turn. This is my turn. If you want, you can get the turn.
We did not start with a standard PECS book. We had a file made for him for starting with the PECS. This is a snack area wherein he's asking for his bottle to drink water. It was with me.
Can you answer the questions? What do you see?
So the results of the study, this is an image of a communication matrix wherein a pre-post comparison is done. This was his pre-scores, 50 leading to 31%. You can see that the child has surpassed level 1 and 2, and 3 and 4 he has mastered, and few items left in level 4. And after the intervention, we could see that he has mastered few items in level 5, that is concrete symbols, and few items emerging in the level 6, that is abstract symbols, leading to his total score to be 77, that is 48%. And social responsiveness scale also, there were a slight change in the scores in awareness, cognition, communication, and motivation. So overall, there was a significant progress in the functional and social communication after the use of PECS, and he had developed few gestures for drink, finish, wash hands, even though those were not taught to him, but seeing the symbols, he has started using the gestures. and use of visual supports in structured activities, along with PECs, allowed him for better comprehension of instructions, reduce anxiety, and expect the next event. And use of PECs also enhanced the performance in literacy session. And after this, he was motivated to use a high-tech AAC device, and he started using a high-tech AAC device called Avas. So these are my references. Thank you.